Hi guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to talk to you about some laws in Thailand and some laws that you might sort of already know and some laws that you probably wouldn't have expected that exist, maybe. So these might help you out if you do come to Thailand. So let's get started. So the first one is quite an obvious one. Drugs. Drugs in Thailand, don't buy them, don't take them, don't use them, don't import them, don't export them. If you do, they still have a death sentence policy here in Thailand. Now, you're not necessarily going to receive the death penalty if you do get caught with drugs or stuff like that, but it still does exist and it still does happen to foreigners. So just be very aware the drugs thing in Thailand is a no-go. Do not do it. And a good tip after personally watching quite a few Banged Up Abroad episodes is, if you are wrongly accused, do not sign anything and get in contact with your embassy and find a lawyer fast. Don't sign one single thing, even if they do put the old finger up bum. Number two is, do not deface anything that has the king's picture on or the royal family. And I talked about in sort of a couple of videos back about standing on money. Actually, it is against the law to stand on money here in Thailand. So that has the king's picture on. So do not stand on any money. You can actually be arrested for that. I think if it's like a mistake, you're not going to be arrested for it. But if you blatantly just took out some notes and just started stamping all over them in the middle of the street like a nutter, then, and the police saw you, then yeah, you should be in the cells. Number three, drinking alcohol in Thailand. Can you guess what the age is? Can you? It's 20 years old to drink alcohol in Thailand. I bet you didn't know that one. I didn't know that one. Number four is passport or sort of ID. It is a legal requirement here in Thailand for all foreigners to carry their passport on them or sort of like their ID. I'm pretty sure it's passport, not ID actually, because they want to see sort of your immigration status. I personally do not carry my passport everywhere I go, but I have laminated my picture page and I keep that with me at all times. This is a big one, so if you do sort of rent a car or rent a bike here in Thailand, a lot of the time they do ask you to hand over your passport, so they have like an insurance that you will give the bike or the car back. I would personally recommend not doing that and keeping your passport to yourself. And if they do want sort of a large amount of money as insurance, then sort of give them that instead, or some sort of other ID that you can sort of lose if you have to, maybe like an English driving license or a USA driving license or something like that. Number five is quite a weird one. If you go commando in Thailand, it is actually against the law. So, boys and girls, remember the underwear, because if you don't, you might end up in jail. No, you probably won't. I mean, I don't know how this law kind of is in effect. I think it's just one of those funny laws, you know, like every country has laws that are just still in the book, but have never been sort of rubbed out. So yeah, apparently if you do go commando, then it is against the law. Number six, this one you're probably not going to get arrested for, but you might get a fine. And I didn't know about this either, and it's quite a good one, is you're not allowed to be topless while driving a car here in Thailand. Number seven is a biggie. Now you see these signs at the airport when you arrive in Thailand, and it's quite a major one, so do not do this. And that is, do not buy anything with Buddha's face on, like a little Buddha statue, or artwork with Buddha on, or religious artwork, or even like religious antiques. You are not allowed to take them out of Thailand unless you have a permit that allows you to do so. And the majority of the time, you're not going to have a permit, so please do not take anything with Buddha, religious or antiques out of Thailand when you go. So putting them in your suitcase is a no-go, no-go. Number eight is littering. So obviously a lot of the countries around the world, you're not allowed to litter and you will be fined if you litter. And apparently it's a big one. If you spit chewing gum out on the street here in Thailand, then apparently the Thai police like to give you a big fine. I read it can be around 10,000 baht, the fine for spitting chewing gum out on the road or the path. So do not do that. Number 9. So when you fly into Thailand, your passport gets stamped and you have your date of when you have to leave Thailand. And if you go over that date and you're caught out in the street and the policeman asks to see your passport and you've gone over the date when you're supposed to leave, then you can be detained by the immigration office. If you are at the airport and you've overstayed and you have a flight ready to go and you're leaving, you will be fined 500 baht for every day that you've overstayed. Also, I think you can get away with it if you are at the immigration office ready to extend your visa. I mean, if you're a day or two over, I don't think they're that strict, but if you are like 30 days over, I can see them getting a little bit arsey with you if you have overstayed that long. So just bear that in mind. So don't get too involved with drinking on the beach every night and forgetting when you actually have to leave Thailand. Number 10 isn't really a law, but Thais don't like it when you're really noisy, and like being from England, English lads on tour, we can get pretty noisy and we all like to drink and a bit of a gargle on a Friday and Saturday nights, and when we're on holiday every single night. So like, don't be really loud and disrespectful here in Thailand. If you're coming over with a group of mates, don't sort of be chanting in the streets or anything like that, or in the bars. Just be chilled, man. You're here on holiday. Just have a few quiet beers, listen to some good music, and have a good laugh. I mean, you can be noisy, but if you start chanting and sort of trying to like wrestle with each other and stuff like that, the Thais really aren't going to appreciate that, and you will be kicked out of the bar. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again tomorrow! And let me know in the comments down below, what strange and wonderful laws have you got in your country?